Hello ladies and gentlemen, today I wanted to make a quick video on my new account, which I already made a video about yesterday. So this is like day 3 into this account, I believe, and I have finally finished Penacony, and I am at the beginning of Ampho. Now, something new I learned while going through this account is that apparently the 3.8 story is actually like forcefully put into the normal Penacony story. So instead of getting like 3.3 finishing and then going straight to Amphorius, you actually have to do 3.3 and then 3.8 story as well to then continue to Ampho. So it was actually a little bit longer than I expected to get through the entirety of Penacony. However, I thought this info would probably be useful to some of you out there of how long did each planet take me so far, right? So Belobog took me about 2 hours, right? 1.5 hours, 2 hours, around that ballpark. Zhangzhou, I'm 100% certain of because I could count it on stream. Zhangzhou was exactly 1 hour and a half as well. So the combination of Belobog and Zhangzhou together is like 3.5 hours. And then Penacony was the very long one. I do believe Penacony was around 6 hours, right? So in total, so far, Belobog, Zhangzhou, and as well as Penacony add up to around or near 10 hours, which is a lot better than it used to be. Pre-skip button, Penacony was definitely longer than that, especially because of how much dialogue there was in some of the later patches of Penacony. However, now it is significantly shorter and significantly easier to go through. Now, of course, now is when I need to face the Titan, the behemoth that is Amphorius. That planet is definitely going to be significantly longer than those three combined. However, it should take me probably a few days to get through it, and then once I'm done with that, I only have like this one Planet Arcadia patch, and I'm good, right? Now, something else you guys might be interested in is polls. Now, keep in mind, I haven't really delved into currency wars. I haven't delved into simulated universe. I haven't delved into divergent universe. I have only been purely speeding through the main quest, because what matters most when making a new account and challenging yourself to clear endgame content as quick as possible is Trailblaze XP, right? That is actually the scarce thing and not polls. So I am currently probably around like Trailblaze 30 something, right? If I were to uncap it currently. And the amount of polls I've gotten from purely questing, I believe, is around 85 to 90, right? That is not including the free 10 poll we got for Planet Arcadia. That is not including these polls that I've gotten from here. About 85 to 90 polls is what I've gotten so far from these 3 planets. And this does not include Ampho yet. And keep in mind, the majority of Jade income comes from other places, right? For example, if I go over here to the reward guide, you will be able to see it. SimUni has about over 10 polls, right? Has about like 13, 14 polls. Currency Wars has 4,300 Jades, which is about 20, late 20s polls, right? DU has 5,000. That is about 30 polls. And then there is significantly more stuff over here from like older events and stuff. You also have the current patches polls. You can see here Ethereum Wars 800, Foxy and Tail nearly a 10 poll, Swarm Disaster more than a 10 poll, about 1500, 450, 640, right? I still have the current patch. I still have Planet Arcadia, all that exploration, map exploration. The amount of polls you can get on a new account is absolutely fucking generational. You've probably already heard me praise this a million times before. It is very, very doable to make a new account and get 2 premium teams for clearing endgame content without many issues within like 2 patches for the average person, right? It really does not take long to see the fruits of the polls. There's also things like this clockwork statue where you can feed it some things you've gained from adventuring through the map, and once again you get more polls. There's chests, trotters, spirit thieves, trash cans around Penacony, all that shit to keep feeding you the Jade income, right? So amount of pulls I've gotten so far is about 85 to 90 from pure questing. However, the amount of pulls I can farm is definitely hundreds and hundreds more, which is really, really nice. I will be able to get Sparksy guaranteed, and I will be able to get Ashvale guaranteed. Hopefully, I have above average luck, and then I can also get into E1 Ashvale, because E1 Ashvale is pretty nice. And no, there's still no V3, by the way. V3 keeps getting delayed, right? So that is my progress on this account. Yesterday I was a little iffy on the teams I'd use to tackle endgame content. However, now I'm more certain. I kind of came to the realization that using Sparksy without Sparkle would really feel scuffed, considering I have 0 alternative limited support options like a Sunday or something. So I will be giving Sparksy the premium team of Sparkle, Yao Guang, and then probably Gallagher sustain. And then I'll be giving Ashvale the better sustain Don Hung PT, because it'll take longer for him to clear without premium team. And then I'll be giving him likely either Pela or Ruanmei from Golden Token if I decide to use it, or the other is RMC, right? And these two should be able to clear all endgame content for me, and then I'll be able to make my video on it and blah blah blah, and everything should be done, right? So that's the progress I've made on this account so far. If you guys have any questions down in the comments, go ahead and ask, right? I have no problems answering when it comes to new accounts. Love you all. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. Peace out.